This armory protects my heart.
gotta be kidding me. That song was perfect. I haven't timed this. I promise you, I have not. I have not timed that intro music. I just put 3 songs randomly. I had like 4 tracks from Monster Cat, and I thought, yeah, I'm gonna try those 3. And I can't believe that ends right on. My mind has been blown. My mind has been blown. That is definitely going to be the lineup now every week. It has to be, right? I mean, I love that final one. It's called Glide, and it's by Stephen Walking, and I play the song quite a lot on Beat Saber, the computer game. I'm still quite freaked out at how I was like looking at the countdown, going, "There are 5 seconds left." Yeah, I know. This was the universe's synchronicity at its finest. Absolutely, I couldn't believe it. I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" So, yeah, I mean, it's 10 minutes, so I should have checked them to see if it ends at 10 minutes, but I am buzzing from that. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Hope you all had a great week. We always say this kind of, it's Wednesday, it's a midweek, but since the last Wednesday, I was just getting ready to go on tour last Wednesday, and I got back on Sunday. We played 3 shows. The day would consist of, well, the first day it was an 8 a.m. start, but we would travel 3 hours to the next venue. We would check into our hotel, take our gear to the venue, drop it off, leave our vehicles at the hotels, and then sound check, perform, get all our gear back in our vehicles. We had secure parking with security cameras and that at the hotels, which was well worth it for peace of mind. We would, finish like 1, 2 in the morning, even if we weren't really thinking about going drinking after. And then we would treat ourselves to sleep and, a morning walk. And then we would leave when we had to leave and check out by noon the next day. And then we would drive onwards. So we played in Manchester on the first night, which was absolutely amazing. They have a really, really cool metal music scene called the 0616, if I got that right. Or was it 0161? I think it's 0161, which is the it's the area code. And even during sound check, we had a lot of people there. It was a really good buzz. But I was kind of nervous because whenever we've played shows in the last 8-9 years we've been a band, you really go for it, and then you wake up the next day with a really sore neck, and lost my voice, but then you can rest because you were just doing the one show. But in this case, it was like, no, we've got to do this show. We then need to drive to the next place, which is, I was driving every day. Hugh, my best friend, was driving every day. 3 hours to the next place. And then we'd do it all over again. And by the third night, I could really feel it. But we still managed to push through. And I think that it does teach you that tenacity you need to succeed in touring. And we learned a lot. Because when you normally play just one-off shows here and there, it's really hard to learn a lot from it. Because if there are any mistakes that are made or issues with the tech, it's very difficult to decide, was that just a one-off mistake, or is that, was it like a freak accident, or was it something that's a mistake that we do need to be conscious of and fix for future? Whereas in this circumstance, when we saw on the second night, okay, that was happening again, we know we need to really, really fix it. And it was just really amazing. Sam, who normally tunes in the chat, she came to the third show in Middlesbrough. She was incredibly kind and had a great time. She took some footage, which we were grateful for. And she was, sending love to all you guys in the chat, saying it's always really, really great. But it was just, most importantly, it was the fact that our music was connecting so much with people that had never heard of us before. Promoters were blown away. The second night we played in Workington, which is in Cumbria, so it's the West Coast. a lot of people were like, "Where's Workington?" And we played in this bar, just this, solo bar called Lounge 41, and it was awesome. I've got some footage I can show you in a moment of it. And when we were, sound checking and that, there was like only 3 people there. They all bought merchandise, which was great. And I said, if we're just playing to 3 people, that's absolutely fine. We're going to put on a good show and have a good time. And then by the time we went on, there was about 30 people. And a lot of them were sat at the back by the bar, but that was great. At the end of the day, we just want people to have a good time. And we were the only band on that night. And the promoter, as soon as we came off, went, "That was incredible. Like, if you ever come back again, we'll get you like 4 or 5 support bands and we'll pack this place out," which we'd definitely be up for. Because, for us, this was a learning process. And, we're going to tour next year when our album's out on February 25th. But normally when you do a second tour, you think about going to different areas. Whereas in this circumstance, I'm like, no, we should go to all those same places and more. Because it was nice. And the 3-hour journeys, I didn't mind driving, because normally when you drive somewhere, if it's a 3-hour drive, in the back of your mind, you're like, oh, I've got to drive 3 hours back as well. Whereas in this circumstance, every day it was like, well, we're doing another 3 hours, but it's to get to the next place. There was no like going back on yourself. The final day was difficult because it was from Middlesbrough back home. It was a 4.5 hour drive. So it was planned, but with stops and everything, it was about 6.5 hours. But it went pretty quick. And we have our hometown show on Friday. So if anyone lives in the Reading, Berkshire area, there is a venue in Reading called Face Bar. Tickets are £5 if you buy them in advance. Details are on my band's web pages. You can go to schematatheory.com/tours. Thorntail was just asking, what's the name of your band? Let me put myself full screen here for a minute. So Canic's just written it, but just to put the actual link, schematatheory.com/tour, and you should be able to get the tickets there. So we're headlining, and it's also the start of a new weekly thing they're doing in Reading called Metal Fridays. So it's a real privilege to be helping kickstart everything off. It's gonna be a great on Friday, and it's nice to have those days of rest. This week has been pretty lazy for me. I've been doing a few bits and pieces, but mainly I've just been relaxing. So a bit of housekeeping, I guess, because it's the last Wednesday of the month. It's just Q&A, and what this means, it's a free-for-all. So anyone here can ask any questions to me, any topics, and we just have a casual conversation. There's a few other things I'm going to talk about, though, but I just wanted to make that clear. And then as we go into December, I was kind of looking down at what to talk about in December. And I think next week's show should be about gifts, Christmas gifts. We should all talk about really cool gift ideas to get people, because I actually bought something off Etsy for the first time in my life. It's one of those sites I've always seen. I've always liked things on it, but I've never got an account. And I bought something cute for this special friend of mine who lives in another country. And the gift is, it's a frame, and inside it are 2 jigsaw puzzle pieces. One of them is where I live, and the other is where they live. And I think what it says on it is, the best place to be is together, or something cute like that. It's really, really cute. So I ordered that, and it was really good value for money. But I'm like, I need to go on Etsy and get lots and lots of cool gifts for family and that, because I don't like buying gifts that are just, they have to be thoughtful. And on the flip side, I don't like Christmas cards, and I feel like a Scrooge saying that. But if all you're going to write is to and from and maybe Merry Christmas, you can just tell me that. You don't need to buy a card that has had to, be produced and printed on and then dispatched to a store. It's just such a waste. So yeah, I definitely think we should talk about that. Hey dude, good to see you here. Hope you're doing well. Now I've just ruined the surprise. Oh, here we go. yeah, so Etsy is a really cool place, and then there's lots of other sites. So I just thought we'd talk about that, what sort of gift ideas we want to do and stuff like that. So yeah, so I'm just enjoying because I didn't drink when I was on tour until the last night. Actually, that's not true. I got some drinks. I got a Jaeger bomb bought for me on the second night. Not done a Jaeger bomb in like over 10 years, so that was kind of an experience. And you know, a one-off's all right, but I didn't want any more than that. And then I think we should also do a Christmas quiz sometime. I think that would be really, really, really good. I love this when everyone's talking. Callie's apologising for being 6 minutes late. Honestly, it's totally cool. Totally cool. I'm just glad that you're here. And so if you're here and you've never been here before, say hello. It's always good to speak to you. And don't forget to click that thumbs up button. It really, really helps. So before going to any questions you may have on that, do you want me to show you some footage from the gigs? Some of this might sound really, really horrid, but also I'm not using in-ear monitors, so there was a bit of echo at the start. I apologise for that. The reason I'm not wearing in-ear monitors, I went to the doctors again, because for those of you that don't know, I've had problems with my ears for about 5 weeks now. Started off with me using sodium bicarbonate, which are these drops that soften the earwax, and it was definitely working, but you're supposed to use it for like 5 days. I used the entire bottle for like a week, 2 weeks or something. And then I got from the same company this stuff, which is, well, what I love is the sodium bicarbonate by them says like clinically recommended. This one is clinically proven. And this is some drops. So you have some drops. And this was a bit harder because the sodium bicarbonate, it was one of those glass drips. So you can see it and you really feel it when it drops on. This is one where you got to squeeze it in, and I'm never sure. And then you get one of these. Now, I thought these would be, you put it in your ear like this, and then it like helps get the wax out. It's not. You actually fill it with water, warm water, and then you squeeze slowly. So it goes up your ear canal, and then it washes back down. And I was watching a YouTube video for that. So I've been doing it, and then I went on tour, and then my ears aching again. And then I spoke to a doctor, GP, yesterday, and he prescribed me this called Optimize. And it's the ear spray. And I thought, how are you going to get spray in your ear? And it's because it's done. I love that all these bottles were different. It's a fancy bottle like that. So you just literally put it in your ear and you squeeze it. And he told me that, and he used to be a DJ, he says when you wear in-ear monitors or in-ear phones, bacteria spread is like 1,000% more. Incredible. Because when you think about it, like human beings, we never used to stick stuff in our ears. And I know that sounds so obvious, but with a lot of technology, we do take stuff for granted. And, you know, you'd have headphones, which used to, you know, go over your ears. But now you're putting stuff in your ears. And now you got the ones that are, you know, got the cushions that actually go right in your ears, especially with in-ear monitors, because you're trying to block out the sound. So what you're doing is, you know, it makes you realise how sensitive ear canals are. Like, that's protecting anything from getting into your ear, where your eardrum is. So, yeah, I'm started using these sprays. I'm already seeing a bit of a difference. I'm hoping it gets rid of a lot of the ringing that I've still got in my ears. And we've been learning a lot as a band because we use in-ear monitors. And the reason we use in-ear monitors, I mentioned it in the past, but just for those of you that weren't here, normally as a band, you know, the drummer keeps everyone in time. But then the drummer might want a click to keep to, so they're keeping dead on. And we have a backing track with synths and backing music. So that all plays, so that needs to be to a click. But now as a band, we all have in-ears with a pack, which is wireless. And it just means that we can have any mix that we want. So I can hear some guitar if I want from the album. I can hear the click. But what happens is because I've got microphones, so I can hear myself. If you've got in-ear monitors and I've got a microphone and music is coming out the speakers behind us and it's going into the microphone, it's now coming into my ears. So now I'm trying to turn myself up and you're creating that loop. So we're really trying to learn the best ways of doing it. So yeah, it was very loud, and I am looking in the new year for my birthday, getting some, because the in-ear monitors I use are these like £45 ones I got from Amazon, which are great, but they're not molded. I'm looking at getting molded ones, so it's totally closed off, and that'll be a lot better. Dude, it is common, and tinnitus is a scary thing because if you get it really bad, it can be crazy. So yeah, over-the-ear headphones. I think over-the-ear headphones are best. I use them most of the time. The reason I don't use them on my podcast show is because I don't like it visually, although there's nothing wrong with it. But it is something that you would get a guest to wear, because you wouldn't give in-ears for a guest to put in their ears unless you were going to ask them to bring it, and even that would sound a bit weird. Speaking of which, I was meant to be recording a new podcast episode today, but unfortunately due to the medical emergency, my guest had to cancel. So hopefully we're going to record sometime in the next week or two, because the aim is to start doing the podcast shows again every 2 weeks, starting with the first Monday of December. So that would be a week on Monday. So fingers crossed for that. And yes, earplugs for concerts, really, really important. I've got earplugs. Because that was how I started damaging my ears when I went to this drum and bass gig, and my in-ears, the filters in them weren't in, and so it was loud. It was so loud. Well, it's okay wearing in-ears. It's just you got to make sure that you get the volume right. That's really, really important. I will take admiration any day. Thank you very much. Right, do you want to see some of the footage? So I don't know, actually. There's only one video that I've got here that I know will definitely be fine. And this is recorded. This is recorded on my... this is recorded on my new iPhone. And I can't believe the quality of the new iPhone. So here we go. Let me just... Can you hear that, by the way? Sorry, I muted it because of... There we go, this should work now. Hey everyone, Myles here. Schemata Theory is in Workington tonight. So this was on the second night. We are so psyched. We've just been setting up. We've got a really good vibe here. Let me show you a bit of everything. Mario's chatting to some of the people that'll be here later. We got merch, we got Josh here, and we got you at the bar. Woo. Are we ready?
We are nearly ready.
Nearly?
Nearly.
I see. Yeah, that's all on that. That's all on that. It's incredible. It's better than my actual full-on camera. Was the sound working that time? Yeah. Let me show you. Right, I've got some clips from us playing live. Let's have a look here. Okay, I've got to give a shout out to this guy that's in this video. Let me just see if I can... This was in Manchester. And so, like, in the Workington show, which was a lot quieter, these guys were streaming it on Facebook Live. And actually, I'll tell you a really funny story, right? So these guys, there's another video they posted on the Voices Facebook group you may have seen. And they are doing like a selfie with the video, and I'm screaming while my arms around them, and I'm doing this to the camera. But when I first went over, they were doing selfies, and I got into shot. And he was like, oh, wait, let me record another video. So I'm waiting there, performing the song, and he starts recording the video, so he thinks, and he's looking, and it's him on the screen, but I'm not there, over his shoulder, and he's looking behind, and there I am, and he's looking, and I'm not there. And what had happened was he'd accidentally was pressing play on the video he just recorded, so even I was confused, like, it doesn't see me, like I'm invisible. It was really funny. So yeah, this was cool.
Person you are is like nobody.
So those lights that you see on the stage, those bars that go up, those are ours. So I set them up, but Hugh did a brilliant job of programming them. So the backing track we talk about, those lights are plugged into it. So those lights, actually, we've told them what to do at which parts of the songs. This was the same song that you just saw in Manchester. And also Luke, our singer, main singer, he's had a baby recently, so he wasn't able to come on tour with us. So Hugh, who's on guitar, he's had to step up. Well, to be honest, we both had to step up, but Hugh had to learn a lot of the singing parts, and it was amazing. Like, really, really proud of him. But this song is called Mirrors. It's coming on our upcoming album, Unity in Time. It's like a 8-minute track, but we play a 6-minute version, partly because Luke's not there. But it's the one that I come off stage feeling like I've got a 6-pack because I'm constantly having to go, like, because there's so much vocal stuff, and there's a really cool spoken bit towards the end. Thank you. My voice is always, this is like the penultimate song before we play a complex slate. Hey, Peter. Oh, sorry, I love that this is the problem with the Magic Mouse, is I press this. I love it. I go, this is sick, and I just make sick go full screen. Thank you, Peter. This song has my favourite lyrics in it, which I can bring up actually and read. Let's have a look. Have I got the lyrics on here? Yeah, let me read you just so you get a sense of it. Lyrics. Oh, do I not have the lyrics? I do have them on my lyric quotes. Schemata theory. Thanks for the thumbs up, whoever gave it. Appreciate it. All right, 1 second. Band concert rock. Here we go. Do you know what? I bet you it's in a different folder. I bet it's in my documents. Schemata theory. Lyrics, here we are. Unity in Time. Mirrors. Cool. So this is quite a big song, but it's especially with my podcast. I think you'll really appreciate this. I'll go back to the video in a minute, but do you know what? Do you know what? I can bring it full screen. Let's do it. Okay, I don't know what's going on with my display thing. The menu keeps changing and it's really annoying. Here we go. No. Okay. Here we go. This works. Mirrors. Okay, so what Hugh sings at the beginning, which is Luke on the album. It is the eve. Hey, cool. Sorry, I was just reading what was in the chat. It is the eve of what we feared, a pale blue ship we were meant to steer. One day they will ask, where were you? Time and time again, the sparks ignite. History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. They keep press and replay, and here we stay. Holding hands across archaic lines, can collective consciousness rise? So many greater heights for us to climb. And then this is the chorus. We are made from all we've known. No trial ever conquered alone. So share your thoughts and let there be empathy. It is on us to acknowledge and discuss. If we do not change our ways, these will become our final days. It is on us to reach across and build trust. Suppose leaders failing all because they'll be the last to fall. By the way, I can appreciate stuff that I've written, but there are some lines in this I'm like, I fucking love that line. Suppose leaders failing all because they'll be the last to fall. I fucking love that line. And obviously has a lot of resonance with current situation. Perceiving all is to suffer. And this line, I'd love to actually go through them line by line. Maybe I should do it as a video series. But perceiving all is to suffer is the idea that to have complete empathy with the world would kill you. Because if you had 100% empathy with the world, there is so much pain out there. You wouldn't be able to cope. So yeah, perceiving all is to suffer. Ignorance we know is not the way. Find the courage, find connection. Closed minds rest beneath these open skies, keys to which are weathered outside. We can't always know which way to go. We are beyond all the ground we have explored. If we keep our heads held high, no moment will pass us by. We are beyond all the ground we have explored. If we keep our heads held high, no moment can ever die. We are made from all we've known. No trial ever conquered alone. So share your thoughts and let there be empathy. Exhaustion means we lose each other. Disengage and life has no colour. Some say it's too late, so why do we bother? Hope can stem from something new, and obviously that line has influenced the artwork. Take the path of no resistance and flow right out of existence. We are made from all we've known. No trial ever conquered alone, so share your thoughts and let there be empathy. Now, this is my favourite part of the song, and I'll show you it on the video in a minute, because I go to where the pool table is, where everyone's having drinks. So it's repeated twice, and you may have seen the clip of me doing it in the studio, but the first time, it's on my Instagram, the first time I speak it, and then the second time I scream it. So it's, now we have a reason to no longer be afraid. If we tie the gaps and let unity be displayed, from tribes to beliefs to nation states, how long can we live this way? So look beyond limitations that have always taught us to hate. Can we be free if we harness unity? Minds may not always agree, but that doesn't make us enemies. Can we be free from old-fashioned loyalties by boosting expressive reach? Global empathy can be achieved. So yeah, there's a lot about empathy in the whole album. But the quest for global empathy is definitely nodded to in this. Breaking out, we're breaking out, we're breaking out of our ways. Breaking out, we're breaking out, we're building a new way. We are made from all we've known. No trial ever conquered alone, so share your thoughts and let there be empathy. Reaching out can be daunting. Darkness thrives when we hesitate. Find the courage, find connection. Time and time again the fires burn. History may haunt us, but we learn. And again, this is one of my favourite lines on the album. We must use foresight to shine a light. This is our last moment to bathe in the void, jumping in reflections of all we've destroyed. Now time for a new direction against established trains of thought. Nothing valuable was ever given. It was hard thought. Stop ignoring mirrors. Stop ignoring eyes. Stop ignoring voices. Open minds. And that's a big nod to a lot of the songs on the album, because we have a song called Prism. We have a song called this is called Mirrors. We obviously have a song called Voices. And there's a lot of references to eyes and mind. And then it ends with empathy, unity, empathy, unity. But that is it. That is Mirrors. So it's not gonna be a single, but it's gonna be on the album. And thank you for using the hashtag Mojo. Really appreciate it. I thought I'd share that with you. Thank you, Callie. Really appreciate it. So going back to that video, I'll show you the spoken bit. This is the take the path of no resistance and flow right out of existence, which is the idea that if you do the easy thing, if you take the path of no resistance, you'll gain so much speed that you'll just get spat out by the system. So you need to stand against it. Doesn't make us enemies. Yeah, it was good. It was good fun. It was good fun. And then let's have a look. What was the other clip I got? One more clip. Oh, this is the same song. Manchester. This is New Vision. So our new single, New Vision, that I played last week. This is from that. When is the album? When is the album coming out? Well, let's have a look together, kids. Let's have a look together, shall we? Let's head on over to schematatheory.com and have a look at when the album's coming out. Let me have a look here. Is that... Doesn't tell me what percentage it is. Why does it keep going back to the main menu? This is so annoying. Sorry, I need to fix this some point. It's coming out 25th of February next year. And the only physical copies that are going to be available are going to be in the pre-order. So this is the hometown show we're playing on Friday. So they're doing Metal Fridays at the Face Bar in Reading. It's like the biggest metal venue in Reading. And we've been asked to launch this new weekly Fridays at Metal Fridays at the Face Bar. £5 is the entry. You pay £6 on the door. Doors are at 8 o'clock. There is a car park next to Face Bar that's got good security and is reasonably priced. So I would say to anyone watching, if you are within an hour drive of Reading, come down. It'll be amazing to see you there. And we've got special merch for the tour only. We've been selling so much of the hats and that. Yeah, these hats, we sold out of them on. We've got more now, but we sold out all the ones we had with us, and these shirts were going loads. Yeah, but in terms of the album, we have 2 bundles. So £30 for this one, you get 1 shirt, the Unity in Time t-shirt, which is beautiful. Look at that. That's the back and then the front. You get the CD. And then you get signed photo, badges, guitar picks, stickers. But that is £30. And that will dispatch in February next year. So that is one of them. So that's £30. Or if you want the premium, it's £45. And it comes with an extra shirt. So Mind Eater, which we're playing on tour at the moment. It's an upcoming single. Don't know if you can see that there on the right with the skull in the snow globe. It's all about anxiety and that. So you get 2 shirts. You get the Unity in Time one. You get the Mind Eater shirt. And then there's a little enamel pin or key ring. Yeah, international might be expensive. But yeah, those are the only ways you can get physical copies. In future, we might do vinyl, but we can't afford it at the moment. This we can make to order, you know. If we sell just one, then we can make one. We've sold way more than one at the moment, but you know, and this is actually what's going to help us fund the tour because you know we're doing this all out of our own pockets. The tour was expensive, you know. I alone spent over £100 on fuel. There was 2 of our cars. We stayed in hotels, which is why we're selling merchandise, and it's why we also we get paid for playing shows as well, which is good as well. So yeah, check it out at schematatheory.com, and well, you can pre-order now. Head on over to schematatheory.com, choose the bundle you want, and if you order a bundle, obviously I'll thank you now. If anyone does it during the live streams, or once you receive it, you can send in photos and I'll put it on the live stream and thank everyone. You know, I would just say that like we live at a time now where people don't really pay for music, and I've always been someone that's like, that's fine. We live in a different time now. For me, it's about people pay for things that they can't pirate. So that's like merchandise and live shows. And I find that exciting. So all I'd say is if you believe in our kind of music, if you believe in the sort of mission of unity and togetherness that I'm trying to push with the band, we're all pushing with, then please support us. And you can do that just by buying a t-shirt. We have the voices, or so the bundles are just swag, no bonus audio content like extra tracks, alternative takes, or bloopers. No, unfortunately not. No bloopers and stuff. All the kind of behind the scenes stuff we'll post anyway. But I would happily record a personal video message to thank people for getting it. I might actually ask the band if we can add that to the list. Personal video message from the band. But I'll just do that anyway. So yeah, that is it. And what was I also going to say? Okay, so there was a guy called Leon who was at the Manchester show, and he was nodding to all the tracks, and he was mouthing the lyrics even to Voices. And I was like, okay, wow. So I spoke to him at the end at the merch stand, and I said, dude, you were singing along. That was amazing. And he was like, what? You noticed? And he was like really taken back by that. I was like, yeah, that was incredible. And he was like, oh yeah, love you guys. Turned out he bought our debut album like 8 years ago, Dry Lung Rhetoric. And he always wanted to see us live. And it blows my mind. Like, you know, when I go and see Coven live, I'm really, oh my God, about them. Like, their music means a lot to me, and I'm a huge fan. And, you know, I've been a huge fan of people. People have been a huge fan of me. And that's just the dynamics of, like, appreciation for arts, is we all create, we all have connections. And can you still get a physical copy of Dry Lung Rhetoric? Let's find out. I don't know if when you order the bundles you can put like extra notes in. I will have to check with you. Hey Kieran, fell down the YouTube black hole, cat on a piano. It's all good, buddy. Maybe given that you said about adding footnotes on what you sing, behind the scenes audio commentary on the lyrics could work. Definitely. But that's stuff we just want to share publicly. Do you know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't be exclusive. Like, it's kind of the model with my podcast show. The podcast show is public, and people that believe in it and want to help me make more of it, they get behind me and donate. And that's the case with the band. Is I was just really blown away because, like, at Manchester, I always say during live shows, thanks for supporting your local music scene. Thanks to the bar staff, the security. I thank everyone. And I could really see it made a difference. And I mentioned to the people saying, you know, you might not be into our music tonight and like other bands, and that's totally cool. The point is that we're all here supporting local acts. And that's great. And everyone started clapping. And then at Middlesbrough, when I introduced Mind Eater, you know, I have a rough idea of what I'm going to say, but you know me, I sort of speak off the cuff a lot of the times. And I was saying, you know, Mind Eater is about dealing with anxiety, which is very common, but it's more importantly about having the mental tenacity to get out of it and realizing that self-compassion is important and we need to not be so hard on ourselves. People started clapping in the room, and I just did not expect that. So it's, yeah, clearly we're striking a chord. And funnily enough, I would love to show you this. There was a Twitch guy that was doing a reaction to one of our music videos to Voices, and sorry, not to Voices, to New Vision, and he was like blown away. And what he couldn't believe was that our band was only getting 189 monthly listeners. He was like, how we need to get them more listeners. And so hopefully, thanks Canuck. Canuck's just shared an article about us. And that's what I would say is, like, if you want to support us and you think that you can't really support us a lot by tweeting it, if you know one person that's into rock or metal and you tell them about us and they follow us on Spotify, That is huge. Like, honestly, at the moment, if you got someone who was genuinely interested in metal to follow us on Spotify, that's like a 1% increase of our listenership. And, you know, I think that because we've got the groundwork laid with really strong videos, we've got a real strong sense of identity, and that hasn't come out of like just by chance. We had some really deep conversations with the band where I said, look, this is what I think our tribe is. Like, what is our tribe? This is what I think we stand for. What does everyone think? And we had some discussions about it. And we said, right, this album is about, and who we are as a band is about connection. And it's about being unapologetic about it. And what we found is the more that we've leaned into it, the more we've connected. Because the idea of like going around the country saying, hey, we're a band that's about unity and togetherness, anyone could say that. Like, that sounds like a pretty obvious thing. Like, yeah, of course people like togetherness. But it really has cut through in ways that I didn't expect. So, yeah. Do you have a pre-gig routine, i.e. same food and same routine the morning before? Not really. I mean, we have a ritual in terms of like we were leaving our hotels the same time, getting at the same place. I switched my eating habits where I normally do intermittent fasting, where I have a big lunch at 12 and then a big dinner at 8 o'clock. Instead, I was having breakfast and then a lunch on the way over. And then I was having snacks in the evening. That was it, really. And then I do warm-ups and things. And then as soon as you come off the stage, I have these throat sweets called vocal zones. I have one of them and I stop talking as much as I can. So there's that. Yeah, reaction videos. Let me find... I'm not going to be able to find it off the top of my head. That's exactly right, Paul. You know, people know when you're being authentic. And I think it's when people look at what we do. And obviously with what I do with the Quest for Empathy, I think people really connect. But something I spoke to the band about beforehand as well was I wanted to make sure we really made a concerted effort to speak with the other bands that were supporting us. Because there's a lot of times we've played shows where you're supporting a band that they're not rude or anything. They're just busy, you know, they're quiet. They might be a bit anxious, don't really want to talk. But you do go away thinking, oh, they came across a bit cold and like you have no real sense of what they are. And so I said to the band, look, we're a really chatty bunch. If you see a band member walking around, introduce yourself, speak to them. And we really, you know, made some good friends. And they gave lots of suggestions of places we should be playing. But also, just like up north, man, the venues were amazing. The communities were great. And I would love it. I would love it. And in a way, I joked that I would happily never play a London show again and just play around the country. Obviously, you need to do both. But I think it's because London is very spoiled. It's the capital. So they have so many bands and music. You know, every night you could find somewhere to go to watch music. Whereas in a lot of these places, they do have music, but they're local bands. And for us to have a band from out of town, that was kind of special. Not just for them, but for us as well. And so that was really, really good. 100% authenticity can't be fabricated. Absolutely. Because, you know, we do talk about like manufactured authenticity. This is the world we live in today. It's like, you know, we got to think, how do you come across as authentic? How can we make you really connect? But actually, it's the whole thing about like, if you don't lie, you'll never have to remember what you've said. And so for us talking about it, it's not about remembering we're about unity. It's like, no, this is how we feel. This is how we strongly feel about stuff. I was just trying to see if I had some notes around here, because one of the exercises you do is you draw a stick person on a bit of paper. You give them a name, and then you write down who they are, like their age, where they live maybe, what music they're into, and you create them. They're like an avatar that you create out of all the data. And that becomes your fan. It's like, that's who we're reaching out to. And, you know, it's about really humanizing, because far too often you can get lost in the just, we want 10 views or 100 views or 1,000 or 1,000,000. It's like, no, we're reaching out and say every time we have a conversation with just one person, it makes a huge difference. Right. Wow, we've got 10 minutes left. Are there any questions? Lots of talk about Muesli with Callie. Oh, man. Yes, because we were talking about Muesli and whether it's a corporate name. It isn't. Also called Bircher. Okay, interesting. Okay. But yeah. There we go. Bookmark for the gig. So I don't know if anyone watching is going to be coming to the show on Friday, but as I said, if you're within an hour drive of Reading, there is I'll show on the map now. Let's bring it up. Stop going back to the main menu. Oh, this is so annoying. So this is the show. Facebar Reading view map. So this is the facebar, and literally here where I'm circling, this is a massive car park. Actually no, the car park is here. This is the car park. So you park and then you walk 2 minutes round the corner, and that is in Reading. So yeah, if you can get to Reading, it'd be great to see you there. Do I keep in contact with anyone from U Stage? Smitherdy was in this in the chat recently. I'm still connected with a few of them, but I don't really chat with a lot of them anymore. No, so yeah, I'm still in touch per se. Metallica Matt, I wish I was still in contact with. It's been far too long. He was hilarious. Besides the tour, what's been your highlight of the year so far? I think it's been getting this studio up and running. Like, this has been really, really exciting, getting the podcast back. I know it's been over a month since the last episode. As I said at the start, was meant to be recording a new episode today, but there was a health issue with my guest, so we've had to cancel and hopefully get it sorted next time. But, I'm hoping that everything's all right with them. So, yeah, I definitely think that's been a highlight for sure. God, I've got to be careful because I'm feeling it in my throat now. I'm quite exhausted. Oh, yes. Our PR person's coming down to the amazing. Oh, man, I don't actually know if I have never met him before. Our press person's coming down to the show. That's amazing. I'll have to text her after. Did you eat at 7 or earlier if you're No, I would eat when I woke up, which would be like 10 o'clock, and then I would eat again sometime between 4 and so it wasn't a strict schedule. It was just that I was shifting, and I was just eating here and there, a little bit here, a little bit there. But I did have the McPlant, the McDonald's vegan burger. It is amazing. It has a McDonald's flavour to it, but without all the dirtiness. I was really, really impressed. That was really, really good. But yeah, my diet wasn't great on tour, but it wasn't terrible. Who would you like to collab? Oh, I mean, honestly, there's so many people. I mean, I would love to work with Coven and do a metal electronic dance music thing with Coven. That would be something I'd love to do. Also, Enter Shikari, I think. Rao, I've always been a huge respecter. I think there are influences in our music from him, for sure. Beyond Burger. No, McDonald's. McDonald's is... actually, no, they worked... I believe they worked with Beyond Burger to develop it, but it's not exclusively. My friend just was saying I was just sipping wine. It's not wine. It's fruit. It's like fruit juice. It's like super fruits with a bit of gin in there. I was going to say their name, but I didn't want to embarrass them. Oh yeah, if you get a chance, I actually bought a pounder with cheese and a McPlant and put them side by side. And yeah, it was interesting. Like, I'll show you on. What was interesting in the reviews of it that I read in articles beforehand was saying like, oh, here's the here we go. Like, here the top one is the quarter pounder, and the bottom one is the McPlant. And yes, I'm boring. I don't have it with lettuce and all that sort of stuff and pickles. Ugh. If you've got to wash your hands 4 times to get rid of the smell, it's not worth it. But they say, like, look at the cheese at the top. That's melted onto it. The bottom, the vegan, it's just doesn't even melt. But I then think, but we've been culturally conditioned, because when you actually look at it, what looks more disgusting? The top one. The melted, that looks more disgusting. You know? Yeah, McPlant was created by Beyond Burger, but it doesn't say it on the box and stuff like that. That's how they looked on top. So again, the bottom one is the McPlant, the top one is... I was eating them both, but the McPlant went way quicker. What a boring burger. I will not put up with that, Paul. Might have to put you on timeout, good sir. To be honest, if it's a... Okay, well, what do you make of this then? Because on the last night, on the last day, we went to a place that was known, and I had What the Cluck burger. It was a chicken burger with, I never heard of this this term before, poured cheese. And that was the burger. Look at that. It was like... And then Mario had Jesus Christ. It was called Jesus Christ. Do you know what? Let me find it. Where was it? It was... Oh, where was it? It was in Middlesbrough, and it was called... Where was it called? Let's have a look. Oh, man. Middlesbrough. It was called... Yeah, Jesus Christ. It looked like a heart attack. Turtle Bay did it. Okay. Oh, the chairman. Okay, the chairman. Middlesbrough. Here we go. Let me just put it on screen. The chairman. Okay. Yeah, look. That is... I think that's the Jesus Christ. The Jesus Christ burger. It's just... We ate this at like 2 o'clock and we weren't going to be performing till 10. Oh, they also do the half tiger loaf. So they get a tiger loaf and then they fill it with chips and curry or whatever you want in it. I want to find this Jesus Christ. Oh, the hot dogs look epic. Okay, I don't know what one that is. It was just, oh man. I don't know what some of this is. It's just the toasties look good. We went with our drummer who's vegan, and he just had some chips. The chips were actually really good. They had peri-peri chips. Yeah, man, look at this. It's the same photo, isn't it? It's really hard to get your mouth around. And for anyone who's just joining, we're talking about burgers. Hot dogs look epic. The best place, though, if you like kebabs, there's a place in the UK called German Doner Kebab. And the way I describe it is it looks like wafer, like waffle style bread. I love it. Where are you? UK, Saudi Arabia, UAE, all over. Yeah, they're like gourmet kebabs. And honestly, they've got this new one, the Doritos Crunch Burger. Look, see here. Do you see like the waffle style, the wafer bread? And it just absorbs. Oh, there's a video of it. Let's have a look. Is it going to play? No. It's really, really good though. Yeah, like the bread, and it absorbs all the sauces and that stuff I wouldn't normally have, but it totally works. Cool. Right, guys, that is the hour. I can't believe it's absolutely flown by. But look, I just want to say a huge thank you for everyone tuning in, as always. These are always great. I'm hopefully going to get some new episodes of the podcast recorded soon. My band's PR person has got some great people in the industry that might want to come on the show. So if we can do that, that'll be really, really great. And yeah, I just want to say a huge thank you. So much love to you all. I haven't posted on Instagram in like 2 weeks, a bit on my stories, but it's just because I was in this stressful job for a few weeks that was very full on, and then went on tour. And then I've been recovering this week. And sometimes when you take a break, you've actually got to take a break. Because sometimes you're like, I'm going to take a break, but I'll just post stuff here and there. No, you need to like unplug completely. And that's what I've been doing. So, no, thank you for coming. Like, you guys make it happen. And really appreciate it, Mojo. Thank you. Madchester. Great. So 2 things. No, well, 3 things I will ask before I go. If you want to support my band, number 1, if you are within an hour and a half drive of Reading, come to our show on Friday. Tickets are £5, and you can get parking next door for like, I don't know, I'm going to say maximum a tenner. It's like 15 quid for a night out. Hell yeah. Secondly, if you really believe in the album and want to support us, please go to schematatheory.com and pre-order one of the album packages. That would really, really help. Always concerning when Canuck says that. And then number 3, if you know anyone that's into rock or metal or heavy rock, just get them to check us out. Just follow us on Spotify. It really, really helps. And like and comment on our music videos if you haven't already. Mojo, I know, has. Bex has as well. And Callie too. But anyone else, it's always greatly appreciated. So on that note, have a wonderful rest of your week. And I will see you next. Well, hopefully I'll see you on Friday. But if not, I will see you next Wednesday. Love, respect, empathy, and adios till next time. Much love.